lecture on Introduction to Production and Operation Management. And after this lecture, we will be able to learn the following objectives: discuss the historical evolution of production and operation management, explain the concept of production, define nature and scope of operation management, understand the objectives of operation management, describe manufacturing system and layouts, discuss significance and systematic view of operation, define the factors of production, understand the operation management as multidisciplinary subject. Let's start with what the concept of production and operation management. Production or operation management is a process which combines and transforms various resources used in the production or operation subsystem of the organization into value-added product or services in a controlled manner as per the policies of the organization. Therefore, it is that part of an organization which is concerned with the transformation of a range of inputs into the required products or services having the requisite quality level. The set of interrelated management activities which are involved in manufacturing certain products is called as production management. If the same concept is extended to services management, then the corresponding set of management activities is called as operation management. Let us now understand the historical evolution of production and operation management. For over 2 centuries, operation and production management has been recognized as an important factor in a country's economic growth. The traditional view of manufacturing management began in 18th century when Adam Smith recognized the economic benefits of specialization of labor. Here, commended a breaking of jobs down into sub-tasks and recognizes workers to specialized tasks in which they would become highly skilled and efficient. In the early 28th century, F.W. Taylor implemented Smith's theories and developed scientific management. Workers were studied in great detail to eliminate wasteful efforts and achieve greater efficiency. At the same time, psychologists, socialists, and other social scientists began to study people and human behavior in the working environment. In addition, economists, mathematicians, and computer socialists contributed newer, more sophisticated analytical approaches. With the 1970s emerged 2 distinct changes in our views. The most obvious of these, reflected in the new name operation management, was a shift in the service and manufacturing sectors of the economy. As service sector became more prominent, the change from production to operations emphasized the broadening of our field to service organization. The second, more suitable change was the beginning of and emphasis on synthesis rather than just analysis in management practices. Now moving on to the next topic, we will study the concept of production. Production function is that part of an organization which is concerned with the transformation of a range of inputs into the required outputs, products, having their requisite quality level. Production is defined as a step-by-step conversion of one form of material into another form through chemical or mechanical process to create or enhance the utility of the product to the user. This production is a value addition process. At each stage of processing, there will be value addition. Classification of production system. Production system can be classified as job, shop, batch, mass, and continuous production system. Job shop production. Job shop production are characterized by manufacturing one of few quantity of products designed and produced as per the specification of customers within prefixed time and cost. The distinguishing feature of this is low volume and high variety of products. A job shop comprises of general purpose machines arranged into different departments. Each job demands unique technological requirements, demands processing on machines in a certain sequence. The job shop production system is followed when there is high variety of products and low volume, use of general purpose machines and facilities, highly skilled operators who can take up each job as a challenge because of uniqueness, large inventory of materials, tools, parts. Detailed planning is essential for sequencing the requirements of each product, capacities for each work center, and other priorities. Advantages of job shop production are Because of general purpose machines and facilities, variety of products can be reproduced. Operators will become more skilled and competent as each job gives them learning opportunities. Full potential of operators can be utilized. Opportunity exists for creative methods and innovative ideas. Now let's look at the limitation of job shop production. Higher cost due to frequent set of changes, higher level of inventory at all levels and hence higher inventory costs. Production planning is complicated, larger space requirements. Batch production. Batch production is defined by American Production and Inventory Control Society (APICS) as a form of manufacturing in which the job passes through the functional departments in lots or batches and each lot may have a different routine. It is characterized by the manufacture of limited number of products produced at regular intervals and stock awaiting sales. Batch production system is used under the following circumstances: when there is shorter production runs, when plant and machinery are flexible, when plant and machinery setup is used for the production of item in a batch and change of setup is required for processing the next batch, when manufacturing lead time and costs are lower as compared to job order production. The advantages of batch production are: better utilization of plant and machinery, promotes functional specialization, cost per unit is lower as compared to job order production, lower investment in plant and machinery, flexibility to accommodate and process number of products, job satisfaction assist for operators. Let's look at the limitation of batch production. Material handling is complex because of irregular and longer flows. Production planning and control is complex. Work in process inventory is higher compared to continuous production. Mass production. Manufacture of discrete parts or assemblies using a continuous process are called mass production. This production system is justified by a very large volume of production. The machines are arranged in a line or product layout. Product and process standardization exists and all outputs follow the same part. Mass production is used under the following circumstances: standardization of product and process sequence, dedicated special purpose machines having higher production capacities and output rates, large volume of products, shorter cycle term of production, lower in process inventory, perfectly balanced production lines. The advantages of mass productions are: higher rate of production with reduced cycle time, higher capacity utilization due to line balancing, less skilled operators are required. The limitation of mass production are: breakdown of one machine will stop an entire production line, line layout needs major change with the changes in the product design, high investment in production facilities. Continuous production. Production facilities are arranged as per the sequence of production operation from the first operations to the finished product. The items are made to flow through the sequence of operations through material handling devices such as conveyors, transfer devices, etc. Continuous production is used under the following circumstances: dedicated plant and equipment with zero flexibility, material handling is fully automated, process follows a predetermined sequence of operations, component materials cannot be readily identified with final product. Let's look at the advantages of continuous production. Standardization of product and process sequence, higher rate of production will reduce cycle time, higher capacity utilization due to line balancing, manpower is not required for material handling as it is completely automatic. The limitation of continuous production are: flexibility to accommodate and process number of products does not exist, very high investment for setting flow lines, product differentiation is limited.
The world is full of things, all kinds of things. We don't necessarily need them all, but they're here anyway. And the thing these things have in common? They've all been made by somebody. But how are they made? Factories come in all shapes and sizes. The types of production, broadly, fall into three categories. Job, or one-off production. Could be a musical instrument, a hot air balloon, or even the mighty Three Gorges Dam in China. Then there's batch production. That's for sets of things, and then changing to do other sets of things. And thirdly, continuous flow, for when you want to make lots and lots of the same thing non-stop. The categories seem straightforward, except that in the real world, it isn't quite that simple.
Now we will discuss the nature and scope of operation management. Operation management is often used along with production management in literature on the subject. It is therefore useful to understand the nature of operation management. Operation management is understood as a process whereby resources or inputs are converted into more useful products. A second reading of this sentence reveals that there is hardly any difference between the terms production management and operation management. Production management precedes operation management in the historical growth of the subject. The two distinctions, notwithstanding the terms production management and operations management are used interchangeably. Scope of production and operation management. The scope of production and operation management is indeed vast. Origination with the selection of location production management covers such activities as acquisition of land, constructing building, procuring and installing machinery, purchasing and storing raw materials and converting them into saleable products. Evolution of production function. In order to trace the evolution of production function, we identify 6 historical developments: the Industrial Revolution, scientific management, the human relations movement, operation research, computers and advanced production technology, and the service revolution. A brief explanation of each stage are as follows. The Industrial Revolution. Since times, ancient production systems were used in one form or another. The Egyptian pyramids, the Great Parthenon, the Great Wall of China, and the aqueducts and the road of the Roman Empire, dams and any cuts built by the Chola kings attest to the ingenuity and industry of the people of ancient times. But the ways the people in the ancient days produced goods were different from the production methods of today. Industrial Revolution resulted in 2 major developments: widespread substitution of machine power for human power and establishment of the factory system. The Industrial Revolution advanced further with the development of the gasoline engine and electricity in the 1800s. Other industries emerged, and along with them new factories came into being by the middle of the 1800s.
Hello class. Today we will be starting a new subject on Industrial Revolution. Would any of you like to come up and share with the class on the knowledge you already have on it?
Oh. I would, Mr. Parkins.
Alright then, get up here, Patricia.
Well, the Industrial Revolution was a period from the 18th to the 19th century where major changes in agriculture, manufacturing, mining, transportation, and technology had a PR. The Industrial Revolution marks a major turning point in human history. Almost every aspect of daily life was influenced in some way. Most notably, average income and population B. Starting in the later part of the 18th century, there began a transition in parts of Great Britain's previously manual labor and draft animal-based economy towards machine-based M.
Well, that's a very good summary, Patricia.
Let us now look at the importance of production planning and control. The system of production planning and control serves as the nervous system of a plant. It is a coordinating agency which coordinates the activities of engineering, purchasing, production, selling and stock control department. The principal advantages of production planning and control are summarized below. Better service to customer. Production planning and control through proper scheduling and expediting of work helps in providing better services to customer in terms of better quality of goods at reasonable prices as per promised delivery dates. Fewer rush orders in an organization where there is effective system of production planning and control. Production operation moves smoothly as per original planning and matching with the promised delivery dates. More effective use of equipment. An efficient system of production planning and control makes for the most effective use of equipment. It provides information to the management on regular basis pertaining to the present position of all orders in process, equipment and personal requirements for next few weeks. Reduce idle time. Production planning and control helps in reducing idle time, that is loss of time, by workers waiting for materials and other facilities, because ensure those materials and other facilities are available to the workers in times as per the production schedule. Lower capital requirements. Under a sound system of production, planning and control, everything relating to production is planned well in advance of operations. Let us know the objective of operation management. Operation management is the core of the manufacturing company. It is a combination of various disciplines. Operation management, or often called production management, includes 10 things. Design of goods and services. It is associated with quality and human resources. Quality. The quality or product quality must be maintained during construction, process, products, goods or services. The design process and capacity. Designing processes and capacities related to the quality, human resources, inventory, scheduling and maintenance. Site selection, the choice of location associated with supply chain management. Design layout, the design layout is done after the design process and capacity. Human resources, HR and design work. HR factors include safety, health, job description, work environment and wages. Supply chain management. Supply chain management is influenced by site selection and product quality. Inventory. Inventory decisions are influenced by design processes and capacity, human resources and design layout. Scheduling. Scheduling decisions are influenced by the design process and capacity, layout and HR. Maintenance. Maintenance associated with maintaining the quality or qualities. Let us now talk about the manufacturing system and layouts. Manufacturing is an organized activity devoted to the transformation of raw materials into marketing goods. The manufacturing system usually employs a series of value-adding processes to convert raw materials into more useful forms and eventually into finished products. In an industrialized country, the manufacturing industries are the backbone of the national economy because it is mainly through their activities that the real wealth is created. Manufacturing system management is a discipline built upon a collection of methodological tools brought together to effect an integrated or total approach to problem solving in manufacturing, engineering and management, with productivity improvement as its overall objective. Layouts. In manufacturing, facility layout consists of configuring the plant site with lines, buildings, major facilities, work areas, aisles and other pertinent features such as department boundaries. Process layout. Process layout are found primarily in job shops or firms that produce customized, low-volume products that may require different processing requirements and sequences of operations. Process layouts are facility configuration in which operations of a similar nature or function are grouped together. Improving process layout involves the minimization of transportation, cost, distance or time. To accomplish this, some firms use what is known as a method grid, where subjective information is summarized on a grid displaying various combinations of department, work group or machine pairs. Advantages of process layout include flexibility. The firm has the ability to handle a variety of processes requirements. Cost. Sometimes the general purpose equipment utilized may be less costly to purchase and less costly and easier to maintain than specialized equipment. Motivation. Employees in this type of layout will probably be able to perform a variety of tasks on multiple machines as opposed to the boredom of performing a repetitive task on an assembly line. Cost. If batch processing is used in process, inventory costs could be high. Lower volume means higher per unit cost. More specialized attention is necessary for both products and customers. Confusion. Constantly changing schedules and routines make juggling process requirements more difficult. Product layout. Product layouts are found in flow shops, repetitive assembly and process or continuous flow industries. Flow shops produce high volume, highly standardized products that requires highly standardized repetitive processes. Two types of lines are used in product layouts: paced and unpaced. Paced lines can use some sort of conveyor that moves output along a continuous rate so that workers can perform operation on the product as it goes by. For longer operating times, the worker may have the work alongside the worker as it moves until he or she is finished and can walk back to the workstation to begin working on another part. This essentially is how automobile manufacturing works. Product layout efficiency is often enhanced through the use of line balancing. Advantages of product layouts include output. Product layouts can generate a large volume of products in a short time. Cost. Unit cost is low as a result of the high volume. Labor specialization results in reduced training time and cost. A wider span of supervision also reduces labor costs. Accounting, purchasing, and inventory control are routine. Because routine is fixed, less attention is required. Utilization. There is a high degree of labor and equipment utilization. Disadvantages of product layout include motivation. The system's inherent division of labor can result in dull, repetitive jobs that can prove to be quite stressful. Also, assembly line layouts make it very hard to administer individual incentive plans. Flexibility. Product layouts are inflexible and cannot easily respond to required system changes, especially changes in product or process design. Fixed position layout. A fixed position layout is appropriate for a product that is too large or too heavy to move. For example, bevel ships are not produced on an assembly line. For services, other reasons may dictate the fixed position. Example, a hospital operating room where doctors, nurses, and medical equipment are brought to the patient. Other fixed position layout examples include construction, example buildings, dams, and electric or nuclear power plants, shipbuilding, aircraft, aerospace, farming, drilling, for oil, home repair, and automated car washes. Combination layouts. Many situations call for a mixture of the three main layout types. These mixtures are commonly called combination of hybrid layouts. For example, one firm may utilize process layout for the majority of its process along with an assembly in one area. Cellular layout. Cellular manufacturing is a type of layout where machines are grouped according to the process requirement for a set of similar items, part families that require similar processing. These groups are called cells. Therefore, a cellular layout is an equipmental layout configured to support cellular manufacturing. Workers in cellular layouts are cross-trained so that they can operate all the equipment within the cell and take responsibility for its output. Other layouts. In addition to the aforementioned layouts, there are others that are more appropriate for use in service organization. These include warehouse or storage layouts, retail layouts, and office layouts. With warehouse or storage layouts, order frequency is a key factor. Items that are ordered frequency should be placed close together near the entrance of the facility, while those ordered less frequently remained in the rear of the facility. Now we will study the significance and systematic view of operation. A system is a group of interrelated items in which no item studied is in isolation will act in the same way as it would in the system. A system is divided into a series of parts or subsystem, and any system is a part of a larger system. Systematic view of operation. The system boundary defines what is inside the system and what is outside. A system environment is everything outside the system boundary that may have an impact on the behavior of the system. A system input are the physical objects of information that enter it from the environment, and its outputs are the same which leave it for the environment. The operation system is concerned with converting the transformed resources from inputs into outputs in the form of goods and services. There are three main types of transformed resources of materials which can be transformed either physically, example manufacturing, by location, example transformation, by ownership, example retail, or by storage, example warehousing, or other private services. Government services. Significance of operation management. Operation management refers to the complex set of management activities involved in planning, organizing, leading, and controlling an organization operation. At one time, operation management was considered the backwater of management activities, a dirty, drab necessity. Let's now look at how to improve productivity. Productivity, the ratio of output to input, is a measure of a manager's or an employee's efficiency in using the organization's scarce resources to produce goods and services. The higher the numerical value of this ratio, the greater the efficiency. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. These are four generally recognized factors of production. Land. This category sometimes extends over all natural resources. Labor. The classical labor theory of value was an innovative theory in response to the physiocratic doctrine that only land could yield surplus. Capital. This most controversial of factor is variously defined as produce equipment, as finance used to acquire produce equipment, as all finance used to begin and carry on production, including the wage fund, and as the assessed value of the whole productive enterprise, including intangibles such as goodwill. Entrepreneurship. Until the 20th century, this function was assigned to the capitalist and frequently conflated with capital.
For any business to operate, certain resources need to be accessible to people who want to run this business. The name, in economic terms, of these resources is factors of production. Now let's suppose we want to open up a coffee shop. So we've got this dream or this vision that we think this business will be successful. There's a plot of land that's available for sale. That's one thing that we need. One of the factors of production is an entrepreneur. A business will not get up and running without somebody with the idea. The entrepreneur, the person who's willing to take the risk to try and make this work and do all the work that's necessary. The entrepreneur also needs to be able to access capital. Money that is going to get used to buy the land, to build the structure itself, to advertise, to buy the materials, to get everything ready before the very first cup of coffee can ever get sold. Now, that capital ends up getting used to hire labor and to purchase the natural resources. Both of these are necessary in order for any business whatsoever to get up and running. Labor, the people that are going to work there in the coffee shop, making and selling the coffee on a day-to-day basis. Natural resources, the land itself the coffee shop will sit upon. The materials that get used to make the glass in the windows, the bricks, the coffee beans, the water, everything that's needed in order to allow this business to operate. Factors of production include entrepreneurs, capital, labor, and natural resources. Any business that's going to operate must have access to these four factors of production. If the business is able to access these four factors of production, it may be able to operate as a profitable business.
Quantitative analysis of operational processes with respect to quality, timing, and cost can only be performed if tolerances, operation times, routines, and failure rates are known. Operation management deals with organization and people working in organization. Now, in the end, let us summarize what we have learned in this lecture. Production or operation management is a process which combines and transforms various resources using the production, operation, subsystem of the organization into value-added product services in a controlled manner as per the policies of the organization. Operation management is the core of the manufacturing company. It is a combination of various disciplines. A system is a group of interrelated items in which no item studied is in isolation with act in the same way as it would in the system. A system is divided into a series of parts or subsystem, and any system is a part of a larger system. Productivity, the ratio of output to input, is a measure of a manager's or an employee's efficiency in using the organization's scarce resources to produce goods and services. Operation management refers to the complex set of management activities involved in planning, organizing, leading, and controlling an organization operations.